You will never guess what I'm about to review. Carpool from 1996, directed by Arthur Hiller, starring Tom Arnold, David Paymer. Now this is special because this is a first. This is a request, a review request from my kid. She loves Carpool, loves Tom Arnold. So I checked out, I didn't watch like a whole ton of stuff about Carpool, but I perused the internet some, and I knew that this didn't get very good ratings, and it kind of was really bad for Tom Arnold's career, but it's got very, critics hate this movie, and then average people are pretty split on it. You know, people that enjoy the nostalgia and they enjoy 90s comedies like this, but people that just want to see a comedy, they're like, this is really stupid. I will say it has one of the best endings to a movie that I've ever seen. I do like, if you have seen my channel before, I like some offbeat stuff. So this has stupid comedy written all over it, but it's also a really great kid power movie. So this DVD snapcase is about all we got here. It's not on Blu-ray. It is a Warner Brothers release, so who knows? Look at that. Look at that majestic Toyota flying through the air. It's not seafoam green. Tom Arnold and David Paymer's dynamic throughout this whole thing is absolutely hilarious. It's about a working dad. He has a really big presentation. He works in an office, obviously, because he's wearing, office attire. He's a workaholic. He has 2 kids, and he has a really big presentation. It's the Hammerman account. And his wife is sick, so he has to do the carpool that day. Oh no, anything but that. So he has to drive the van, all the neighborhood kids, and he has to drive them to school. And, he doesn't make it to school because they get hijacked accidentally by a wannabe bank robber, and that is Tom Arnold's character. And basically, he is a carny. He owns a carnival. He has a large mother that he lives with. It's kind of that whole, mother dynamic.
Mom, I told you not to wear my shirts anymore. You're stretching them all out.
You never really see her too much. You get to get like a glimpse of her, but you never really see her too much. It's just him yelling off screen or yelling into the phone and, Mother, they banned you from Sizzler. Do not go to Sizzler. It's like the whole thing with him and his mom and Sizzler is just so funny. But it's a thing. I love it. It works really well. The rest of the cast of this is amazing, by the way. We have Rod Steiger, who plays Hammerman. His character is hilarious. The name's Hammerman, and I wouldn't give you 3. Oh, boy. Rachael Lee Cook makes an appearance. She's like the hot chick, the heartthrob. We have Rhea Perlman, and we have Kim Coates. So Rhea Perlman plays a parking enforcement officer, and Kim Coates plays a detective. So David Paymer, the dad, goes to Hammerman's, this I guess like a market, like an upscale market. So David Paymer goes to this upscale market with his kids in the van, and they all go in, and they don't have donuts because they have scones. Malfoy. So David Paymer, Tom Arnold, the kids, they all meet in Hammerman's because they're all getting stuff to start their day. And there's a stick up. There's these 2 guys that are actually holding up the store. By the way, I don't know who it is, but the store clerk is hilarious. This was filmed in Canada, I believe. It seems like it was. Maybe I'm making that up, but it seems like it was filmed in Canada. The clerk in Hammerman's was absolutely hilarious. I love his character so much. Just these little characters add so much to this story. Every interaction, the old lady in Hammerman's with the gun. Oh boy. Okay, so this is a kids movie, by the way, and that's, it's a 90s kids movie because there are handguns in this movie. It's like there's so many things. It's like you would not see this in a movie today. I think, what was it, like Christian Network or something, said that this was inappropriate. It like gave it mid reviews and said that it was an inappropriate movie. But it's for things like that, because the older brother in the car is trying to look down Rachael Lee Cook's shirt. And she gets in the car and she's like, oh, I have to do the carpool because my mom got her breast reduction surgery. Like, they took this much out of each side, and they relocated her, they moved her nipples, or they relocated her nipples. And the kid's like, to where? Like, there's just so many lines in this. There's so many lines in this to just crack me up. Tom Arnold's character is trying to rob a bank, but that didn't work out. That was hilarious too, whenever the security guard confronts him. So he tries to carjack David Paymer's character, and he inadvertently takes the whole gang hostage, and then he realizes it's a good idea to have hostages, but he didn't want to take children hostage, so it's a whole thing. And it's very fast paced. There is never a moment in this where you're like sitting there bored. It's just constant, like one after the other, just constant entertainment, constant comedy. I cannot exaggerate. I laughed throughout this whole thing. Kim Coates like commandeers this old lady's car. It's like this super old car. So David Paymer plays Daniel, and it's so funny because Tom Arnold calls him Dan. Okay, Daniel, it's Daniel. And then Tom Arnold is Franklin. So, the workaholic dad, the weird, low-life carny, loser, basically. He's trying to rob a bank. He can't even do that right. He's like taking notes from the actual robbers of Hammerman's. And then the Hammerman's robbers are after them, and it's a whole thing. There's a really, really good car chase through a mall. That is an amazing scene. Throughout the whole thing, they have Kim Coates in pursuit. They have Rhea Perlman in pursuit. They have the two actual robbers in pursuit. And Tom Arnold is trying to get money because he can't pay his carnies, and his carnival's doing bad, and he's got to take his mom to Sizzler. And, we have the workaholic dad, and so the loser is connecting with the kids and, making a breakthrough. And there's very, very brief emotional moments where you're like, oh, but it's like literally a split second. And then it just goes right back to the comedy. And it is silly. So you have anxious David Paymer. All the kids are characters, by the way. All of the kids are, so unique. There's character development in this. In the end, everybody pretty much grows as a character, and they all have some positive, happy ending. If all throughout the thing, as Tom Arnold is connecting with the kids, he's saying, oh yeah, maybe we can do this. And, David Paymer's just reminding them, no, we're not doing anything when this is over because you took us hostage. Like, keeps trying to bring them back down to reality. And the kids are like, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, this is great. And it is so, it is a kid power movie, which I feel like was very big in the 90s. I was a kid in the 90s. So, this would have been up my alley. But that was a big theme back then, I think. We had such great kids shows in the 90s. We had Nickelodeon, we had Cartoon Network, which was actually geared towards kids. Disney wasn't what it is now. And it was just fun. And all of it was so like, yeah, kids can do anything. And that is what this entire theme is. So my kids love it. Like I said, we actually got them a cameo from Tom Arnold. So, and they also love him in The Stupids, if you have seen that. I have not seen the whole thing. I've seen parts of it 1,000 times, just like this. I've watched this, like I said, never saw it as a kid, but I have watched this in its entirety about, I think, 3 times, but overall, like the first 2 acts, I've probably seen them like 1,000 times by now. Some other things to note: this is not available on Blu-ray. Doubt it ever will be at this rate. It's rated PG, crude humor, mild language, and comic action. Cool 90 minutes. Like I said, the Christians didn't like it. They thought it was crude. But I have no problem with my kids seeing this. You know, if there's an issue with you know, asking about somebody's nipples being replaced, it's fine. Another thing, the score to this movie is amazing. And who did the music? Does it say? John Debney. You know, I feel like movies today, they just pick whatever popular songs, whatever hit songs, and then they just use snippets of that for a soundtrack. And this had an actual score, and the score was so fun. It's what you would expect for its time. And what a great movie. What a great movie. This is a great poster. Got this framed poster in the old abandoned storage unit at this point. But this was back whenever movie art was art, scores were scores, and movies for kids had guns and boob jokes. So I guess there you have it. Please let me know if you have seen this, because, you know, I think that you would expect this from me, right? It has pretty poor reviews. I gave this a 4-star on Letterboxd because it is a very fun movie. It's just one of those things that you can like pop on and just laugh and enjoy. So who's gonna hate on that? I don't know. I guess a lot of people. So let me know what you think of this, and you know, maybe I will take more suggestions from the kid in the future. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.
It should be going to school, huh, kids? Stop talking to the criminal.